Good morning. It's Sunday the 20th of May and we're back in the press centre here in Baku. First of all, I'll let you know that this is the last of these kind of breakfast briefings because it's the last day of the full individual rehearsals. Tomorrow we move into the dress rehearsals and the jury finals, so we will be doing a daily update, but we're going to call it a brunch briefing because it's going to be that little bit later, and I'm going to be bringing in guests, people like Elaine and Andrew and other people working for other Eurovision websites to have a little chat with their experiences and of the Baku and also of their thoughts on the contest in general. So just looking back to start with, on this Sunday, we've now completed a week's worth of rehearsals. Yesterday we completed 5 of the songs from the second semi-final and the 6 automatic finalists came in. So yesterday we got Slovenia, Croatia, Sweden, Georgia and Turkey in the second semi-final, and Germany, France, Italy, Azerbaijan, Spain and the United Kingdom from the automatic finalists. From the semi-finalists, I thought Turkey was very impressive. I'm not particularly fond of the song, but it's a really, really good show that they put on stage, and I think that's going to qualify. I'm less sure about Slovenia because Croatia is slightly better now, and maybe the two of them are killing one another off, but hopefully not. Sweden left me underwhelmed again. The first couple of run-throughs were quite poor. The last one was reasonable, but it's still nowhere near a finished product. On the first rehearsals for the Big 6, or the Big 5 plus Azerbaijan, Germany, I have to say, blew me away. I'm not a great fan of the song, but the performance on stage and what came across on screen was very, very impressive. And with a number 20 in the draw, who knows, that could do very, very well indeed. I was less impressed with France and their rather circus act routine. Azerbaijan, I thought the stage was a bit too dark, but musically it was fine. Spain did nothing for me. I don't understand why they're bringing 4 extra singers onto the stage on that performance. Italy was for me the highlight of the day. I thought it was fantastic. They tried different things in each different run through, and I think they now know what they want to do with the song on stage, and I'll be interested in seeing that second rehearsal. Big disappointment for me yesterday, unfortunately, was the United Kingdom. This is my favourite British entry for years. But the performance wasn't there, and Engelbert was struggling towards the last minute of the song. Fingers crossed that that was just a temporary little blip, and think that will be corrected later on today. Today what we're going to get is those 6 countries doing their second rehearsals, so they should be in stage order by the end of today, and we're going to get the second rehearsals of 5 songs from the second semi-final: Estonia, Slovakia, Norway, Bosnia and Lithuania. Interesting day, and thankfully a nice short day ahead. So on the social calendar, well, let's have a little bit of a think. Last night should have been the highlight of the social calendar year, the welcome party. And to be honest with you, I found it rather underwhelming. There's a certain way that welcome parties should work, and unfortunately last night's didn't. I'm not sure it's a good idea to bring the welcome party into the Euro Club where people are going anyway, night in, night out. And the whole nonsense about bringing people onto a red carpet and have them waiting around in buses for over an hour, which really did annoy some delegations, just didn't work either in my opinion. The party itself was a bit of a non-event, no food. Well, there was food, but you'd have to buy it in the restaurant area, and the waiting time was over an hour to be served, so that wasn't really an option. Drink, there was free beer for the start of the evening, but they ran out of glasses now. You could drink beer from the bottle if you were prepared to do that. The beer was free, but all other drinks, including Coca-Cola, you had to pay for. The most annoying thing, I think, is that the delegations were kind of herded around, and I just got no sense of it being a party as such. It was kind of a photo opportunity and a video opportunity for people who wanted to do the red carpet. One of the nice events that came along with it was the firework display, which was around the city and was projected onto the big screen in the Euro Club. But apart from that, it was a bit of a washout of a Eurovision party and a welcome party, to be honest, and I have to go back to Athens for an equally poor welcome party. And after the fantastic event that Istanbul had in 2004, and Turkey is the neighbour of Azerbaijan and a lot of cultural links, that's kind of what we were expecting. So a bit of a disappointment. Other little bits and pieces of rumours that I picked up at last night's party and from the delegations, and it was a good chance to actually chat to the delegations, and because they weren't particularly pleased with the party as well, they were willing to vent some of their frustrations, let's put it that way. So as well as the party, they're slightly unimpressed by being moved around from hotels and the hotels that they're in. Also the fact that there's no food and drink backstage and in the rehearsal area when the artists come down to do their rehearsals is cheesing a lot of people off. The commentators still don't have their commentary notes, which is quite unusual at this time away, this short distance away from the actual show. And an interesting little rumour that I picked up last night is that apparently the reason why we haven't been told anything about the postcards is we have two different complete sets of postcards. The Brain Pool, the German people who are doing the production of the show, did their own postcards for the 42 entries. And the local organising committee, which is headed by the president's wife, they commissioned a special Russian television company to produce another set of postcards without nobody talking to the other side. So now apparently we have two completely different sets of postcards and nobody knows what they're going to do with them. I have to say, I would see that as an opportunity, maybe use one set in the semi-finals and one set in the final, but it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. And it does, I have to say, suggest an element of concern that I have about the whole contest in terms of the coordination between local things here in Azeri television and in the local organising committee and the EBU and Brain Pool. I just think that things are not as tight as they were last year in Dusseldorf. But that's, as I said, that's only my observation from the outside. But we'll see. We still haven't seen any of the presenters doing any of their rehearsals, and I'd be very interested in that because the presenters this year have very little live television experience, and that's certainly a cause for concern, I think, in terms of the whole presentation of the show. So fingers crossed that when we see the rehearsals tomorrow, that all of those doubts go away. Tonight there's a big Russian party way beyond the airport. It's something like a 20-minute taxi ride away. I don't think I fancy doing that, to be honest. I much prefer to stay around. There's a Serbian party as well, which I have an invitation to, but I might actually stick with Euroclub because I'm quite friendly with the Israeli delegation or members of the Israeli delegation, and I have an invitation to that party, and that's probably the one I'll choose to go to. So that's the plan for the day. Hopefully you'll stick with us here at allkindsofeverything.ie, catch up with all the latest rumours and news and gossip from Baku, and follow our photo stream, our videos and our blog. And I'll see you tomorrow, a little bit later tomorrow for the brunch briefing, maybe going up around 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock Irish time onto the website. See you then.